going to school like that, so going to school is by way of so this doing the right thing or accept the societal comes in four different forms, right? So when we talk about four different forms, all strain impacts. So you have a conform. Innovation is one of those. Conformity is one. Retreatism, big one, and rebellion, another big one. And we can talk about that all day long. Let's look at some communities, some real facts about let's say talk Jamaica and COVID. The people who suffered the most during COVID were the people who did not have the financial stability, right? And so we saw them coming out and saying, calling on the government, not doing nothing, this and that, and that's all those countries come out, right? But when, if for example, well, let me ask this, does just because you live in these communities, you are not going to conform? No, there are some people who will conform to society's expectations, not expectations. So no matter what you do, we talked about this, no matter how the community is ghetto, the community is inner city, no matter how bad it is, there are some people who keep their focus sometimes because they have their own internal motivation, or they have both parents inside that community, and they probably can't go outside the community. They have the means, they have the ability to raise a child now. And so the child will do well on the time you see people and they so in this form, the response to strengthen will take 4 different ways. The first way is to conform. Is to by way of convenience, you go to school, no matter what, you educate yourself, and you leave the community and the conscience. Right? That's conforming to society. When the school, job, that is conforming. Right? There are other ways though that we respond to strain within the community. First one I spoke about innovation. Innovation occurs when individuals accept the culturally approved goals. So they want to have the nice homes, they want to have the nice cars, and they also want to have good families with a nice job, right? Success, wealth.
When? Afterwards?
And however, they use
okay.
illicit means.
You're listening to Leo Gilling of the Jamaica Diaspora Task Force Action Network, continuing in his series of vlogs. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
6:30 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 8:30 a.m. in Hamilton, Bermuda.
Taxpayers. Select tax offices will be open this month and Saturday for your convenience. Conduct motor vehicle transactions, pay property tax or traffic tickets, renew your driver's license, or drop off the relevant documents at any of the following locations: St. Andrews, St. Anne's Bay, Montego Bay, Vanderbilt, Savannah, Lamar from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Portmore office remains open on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Visit www.jamaicatax.gov.jm or call 888-TAX-HELP for details. Tax Administration Jamaica, changing the way we do business.
Get ready for the Bethel Baptist Healing Center's Mission Day and Community Health Fair this Saturday, September 28, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Bethel Baptist Church, 6 Hope Road, Kingston 10. Services available include health screenings, dental examinations, and cleaning. Come take advantage of booth displays from the National Health Fund, Caravan, Grace Kennedy, and more. And tune in to Power 106 FM for a live outside broadcast from the event. This broadcast is brought to you by the Bethel Baptist Healing Center in association with the Registrar General's Department, Accountant General's Department, Recycling Partners of Jamaica, VTR Engineering Services, LASCO, Jamaica Electrical Technologies, Sagicor, T. Dennis Grant, Barney's, and others. That's a live broadcast from the Bethel Baptist Healing Center's Mission Day and Community Health Fair this Saturday, September 28th at the Bethel Baptist Church on Oak Road in Kingston, starting at 10 a.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go, shine. You need to know.
Well, surprise, surprise. Angela from Toronto in Canada is greeting us. Good morning, Angela in Toronto, Canada. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. In the meantime, we get back to the Leo Gilling blog.
They couldn't see themselves going to school and college, but they do want the ultimate goal of having a good family. But since they weren't going to college, they go for another route in stealing, running drugs, and fast money making stuff to get them to where they are, scamming, right? That's why I'm doing it, right? Scamming is a big one because the kids come out of school or they're still in school sometimes, and they are trained to become scammers. They bypass college, they bypass school, primary school, and bypass all of that, and they want to have big deals, right? And so that's the one way in which they innovate to get to the ultimate goal, right? They create an avenue that bypasses the culturally accepted norms to get to where they are. And so the other ways in which they can go is retreatism. And that refers to social behavioral withdrawal from the goals. So they don't want to see the goals, right? They don't want to see the goals, and it can be seen as individuals who reject both the cultural goals of success, right, and also the means of getting there. So let's talk about that for a minute. This is retreatism. So we have the goals and we have the means by which they get to the goals, right? Well, this type of person don't care about looking at the goals. They don't care about going to school. Retreatism is often associated with behaviors like substance abuse. They take for drugs, right? Vagrancy, just there, walking around, homelessness, individuals, they disengage from society completely. So they don't go to school and they don't have any hope of having and so they are the drugs, or they are they just walk about, right? And go hang on, rich, and they have or they are homeless. So it depends on where you live. Homeless and or you are available. And so it is the third way in which the strain theory affect individuals coming out of strain communities. And this is strain communities, my ghetto, yes, to call them, right? And then the last one is rebellion. So when people experience a disconnection with culturally prescribed goals and the means available to achieve them, they may resort to rebellion as a way of rejecting both the goals and the means, seeking to replace them with alternative social structures. Right? So we talk about the dance culture, right? So they blame everybody else on drugs, right? Not vagrant. They accept something else that will cross the government, blame them local representative, and they are hang-arounds and anything they get, they take. But they are very critical, right? And that's all the guns for the government has. They're not looking forward to anybody. They're not going to school, but they're not drugs. right? They're not conforming. So what they do, they reject everything and just accept whatever. So when it gets to them, God to them up with things. Them slow, come up, you are singing, and dance, they know what to put about what happens in their community, and they talk about it. But then when they look at other people and they can't get there, they have to reject them. Now they are in fear, emboldened by being Dutch. They have to match up in some way. They have to be emboldened by promoting Dutch country. That's where it comes from. And so I got to understand that. After I looked, because I wrote an article last year about the Dutch culture, completely, rejected it and found it anti-community. And so, and it's not a good way for people to look at the kids to see this morning. All of a sudden, it becomes cool and acting. Right? But if you look carefully at the people who are plotting it, they are those people who have rejected the means by which you come successful. They also reject everything that is successful. All right, so I hope that helps you a little bit. In my solution, this is also a great way of applying a theory to look at crime, because with people who have rejected the goals, rejected the means, and just hang around with them, they find other things to do. But people will find things that they're not strong mentally or originally. So anything that flows around or flies around, they catch it. And the most common things are generally gang relations and where we blame that is about gang related events, right? So if you follow me, with the trend or the course, the expect course of means and also roads, and you are matching what society expects of you. They'll actually you become part of the norm of society. This is really good. And as I said today, we spoke about string. What string theory is from the look it up here in the chat, in the description. I don't want to forget this. We're going to put it down soon.
Thank you very much, Leo Gilling of the Jamaica Diaspora Task Force Action Network. This is the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Dr. Dixon says, good morning. Took a bit of navigating on Facebook to find you. Good morning to you and the Jamaican Diaspora family. Greetings from Jacobi Medical Center in the Bronx, New York. And Peter Barkley, good morning to you as well. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for making it the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online here on Power 106 FM. And we stand by for another link in a moment. We'll check in with Dr. Dixon in a moment. And I'm going to do that in a moment. Good morning, Dr. Dixon. How are you? Sounds like you're still in Jamaica, or are you?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Back in New York.
Okay. This is a long tour of duty for you, it seems.
I was a long tour. I was a long tour.
Mhm.
I don't complain. I get back.
Yes. And how would you characterize the experience so far in terms of this long period of charity work that you have been on for some time? It looks like it's not going to end anytime soon.
No, it doesn't seem that way for my time.
Mm.
I took on a mission, I guess, to help this hurricane relief, and it's an ongoing thing,
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to step away sometimes when you see the needs that are out there,
Mm-hmm. How bad is it?
Huh?
How bad is it?
Those who have it bad, they accept it and they go on. They don't complain. So we know better. So we have to feel like we have to do better.
All right. Hold a moment, please, Dr. Dixon. One moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes to 7 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means right now it is 12:46 in the afternoon in London, England.
Today's world is filled with noise and confusion. Yet through it all, you've heard God's voice. You've felt it in your life, at times, deeply. God loves you. God speaks to you in your thoughts, in your heart, and through living prophets. Listen to those living prophets during the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Come, hear the words God has for you.
live on Power 106 FM on Saturday, October 5 and Sunday, October 6.
Get ready for the Bethel Baptist Healing Center's Mission Day and Community Health Fair this Saturday, September 28, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Bethel Baptist Church, 6 Hope Road, Kingston 10. Services available include health screenings, dental examinations, and cleaning. Come take advantage of booth displays from the National Health Fund, Caravan, Grace Kennedy, and more. And tune in to Power 106 FM for a live outside broadcast from the event. This broadcast is brought to you by the Bethel Baptist Healing Center in association with the Registrar General's Department, Accountant General's Department, Recycling Partners of Jamaica, VTR Engineering Services, LASCO, Jamaica Electrical Technologies, Sagicor, T. Dennis Grant, Bunnies, and others. That's a live broadcast from the Bethel Baptist Healing Center's Mission Day and Community Health Fair this Saturday, September 28th at the Bethel Baptist Church on Oak Road in Kingston, starting at 10 a.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we are having a chat with Dr. Trevor Dixon, who, I mean, I'm not accustomed to seeing a member of the diaspora spending all that time in service to community and country. And we want to give our regard and to encourage this kind of commitment and stick-to-itiveness that he exudes. So back to the question then, Dr. Dixon. Did you make this decision at the outset, at the very beginning, or did it happen as it evolved? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes, well, I can honestly say that my life journey has been one not to scare people who believe in Christianity, but my life was one of evolution, so to speak. I didn't start off saying I'm going to be doing this or that. I wasn't, if I can remember correctly, growing up in Brooklyn, however, I wasn't, what's the word? I wasn't tracked to be a physician, you know? I wasn't tracked to be a physician. So my whole journey has been one of evolution in the sense that one thing led to another, and, you know, and I will say this, that it's always been divine intervention with my life, in the sense that there's always been a force to push me towards a certain direction. If you look at my journey, you know, it's one of just these things being happen in the right place at the right time, you know, to lead me into where I am. People, foremost, individuals who meet me and say, I'm going to do this to help you move towards this. And, you know, I can name many people, you know, among them, you being one, Dervan. The Jamaica diaspora, a couple of years ago, I wasn't familiar with the Jamaica diaspora. It's not something that I knew. And very clear just said, you know, I like what you're doing. Let me introduce you to Dervan. And, you know, then I met Leslie Ann Smith. Sorry. Leslie Ann Samuel. And you know, just all these folks just came in and they did their part to help push me in a direction where ultimately I was supposed to be, you know. Dr. Hugh Wong at the Kingston Hospital, you know. My wife, you know. All these individuals are people who were sent to guide me in a direction where I can ultimately serve in a I wouldn't say a higher capacity, but just serve in the way that Dr. Trevor Dixon was supposed to serve. You know, so and everybody has their own life journey, everybody has their own story. But the hurricane relief is not something I said I wanted to come to Jamaica and do hurricane relief. Who am I to be talking when I'm doing hurricane relief? You know, but I saw the need, and God said, you know, that's what you're gonna do. That's what you're gonna do. Mm-hmm. And this is just right after Hurricane Beryl. You know, it's not you know, it's not like I said, okay, the next hurricane I'm going to be involved. That's not what happened. Hurricane Beryl came, and I knew of St. Elizabeth because I'm from Manchester, and I know the terrain, which is a surgical mission in St. Elizabeth at Black River. So it's some place that I was familiar with. I spoke to Dr. Stephen Fool, one of the lead physicians down at Black River Hospital. And when he explained to me that the basic needs of the people down in St. Elizabeth, down on the southern coast, I said, you know, I think I can help. I think we at the Children's Foundation can help. And we just had a fundraiser. And that particular fundraiser, the boat didn't even sail because they had something to do with the boat. And I sat there, you know, in despair on the boat saying, why would God just have this boat not sail and he knows we're doing a fundraiser? Mm-hmm. But even though the boat didn't sail, the participants who came on the boat, the supporters of Children's Foundation, they stayed there and they had a ball about the boat sailing, and we raised enough money where I could say this is going to go towards hurricane relief in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it was a decision that myself and the board of directors at Jada Foundation made, we said, we're going to do hurricane relief because what's the point of having a foundation, Jamaicans abroad helping Jamaica at home? And when the people of St. Elizabeth called and said they need our help, we can't even help. So we decided we're going to help. And as they say, it's not a cliche, you know, it's really, for us, it's real. And by the grace of God, we were able to pack a 40-foot container. At first I said, I don't think we can afford to do a 40-foot container. Let's do a 20-foot container. And then God said, no, you're going to do a 40-foot container. And by once again, God sent his angel to watch over us. And the Jada Foundation was able to pack a 40-foot container of supply. And right in the middle of us packing that, the Ministry of Finance or Jamaica's Customs declared that we're going to be allowing these items to not go through the heartache that it would normally go through when they ship to Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
So we packed it first, not knowing what kind of obstacles we were going to face. And then Jamaica Customs said, we're going to clear the path so that this container, when it gets to Jamaica, won't go through the heartaches. It shows that everything on your container is for hurricane relief. We're not talking putting lawnmowers and all containers to go to Jamaica. This is a washing machine. No, this is 100% hurricane relief. And we always try to speak with integrity. We do with integrity, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, people came and asked, can we put this on the container? Can we put this in? No, we're not doing that. This container is for St. Elizabeth and the underserved.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Jamaicans have this attitude all the time. Well, it's poor too. So, you know, being with the Jada Foundation, always try to do things the right way with
Mm-hmm.
integrity. And it's a good thing that we function because for some strange reason, on this particular container, we decided to brand it with our name, Jaja Foundation. And I know you saw the container in Jamaica, say Jaja Foundation, right? You saw that container, right?
Yes.
Well, you know, that was a great idea, I thought. And I think when we spend people's money through the Jaja Foundation, we should let them know that it really is what we say it is, you know? We're not just sticking some hurricane supply on somebody else's container and just get to Jamaica and tell people that, yeah, Jaja Foundation did this. We want to know, people know that exclusively that we're responsible for this container from the beginning to the end. So we're responsible for your fundraising dollars that you give us from the beginning to the end user, with those in need in Jamaica. We take that commitment, and we have people on the ground in Jamaica, you know, Karen Shields is down there in Jamaica, and we make sure that what we say we're going to do to the best of our ability, it will be what we say it's going to be. And that's what we do. And we take your fundraising dollars seriously, and we appreciate it. And we could not function without fundraising dollars. So we packed this container, we sent it to Jamaica, and guess what happened to Dervan before it even left New York?
Wow.
US Customs saw the container and said, this container is not normal. So US Customs saw everything on the New Jersey and New York. They stopped the container and they searched it from head to toe. So we were delayed 1 week because it was re-inspected to make sure everything that was on there, make sure there were guns and other paraphernalia that should not be in Jamaica was on there. I'm not sure what they were looking for, but that's what they were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So they eventually saved Jamaica, and we were able to go down to Jamaica. Jamaica Customs was exemplary. They inspected the container in a timely manner. It reached Jamaica. We had an on-site inspection at the church in Santa Cruz, the United Church in Santa Cruz, and they came and they inspected the container, and we were able to distribute the goods and services. And it was a rainy day. Jamaica had a tropical depression on the same day that the inspector came. Jamaica had a tropical depression. And even within the storm, we were able to come out triumphant, even in that storm. And The container will be used to help the homeless.
You know,
And
one
that's
of
unique.
one of the things we used to hear with COVID-19 was pivoting, and so it sounds like you did quite a lot of pivoting from one step to another,
Right.
one situation to another.
And through that, we met this young man named Jeremy in Port, and he introduced us to a segment of Jamaica's population of which we weren't familiar with. And that was the shut-ins, those people who are shut in their homes, and those people who live on the unbeaten path, those paths that people would not never go in Jamaica because they won't ever need to go there. But there are people who live there and who have needs. Some of them are shut in. Some of them had no means to make a living. Some of them have mental issues. Whole segment of Jamaicans who are living like that you would never see because they don't come out in the public and you see them. So this young man who was in charge of those individuals, they refer to the poor as those in need everywhere. And they have folks who live in the infirmary and folks who don't live in the infirmary. And there are a lot more people who probably would be better off in your mind in an infirmary, but they live in the community and the community takes care of them. And when Hurricane Beryl came into the people were displaced even more. So those are the folks that will be getting these hurricane relief supplies.
Sorry,
When they go to
one moment, please. We can come back on the subject of relief supply after the break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
7 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 5 o'clock in the morning in Los Angeles, California.
Come celebrate the rich flavors of Jamaica. Join us at Emancipation Park, 10 a.m. this Tuesday, October 1, as the Jamaica Agricultural Commodities Regulatory Authority, JACRA, kicks off International Coffee Day and National Cocoa Day. Come experience for yourself Jamaica's world-renowned premium quality and fine flavors from some of our best chocolatiers and coffee makers. It's free, everyone, so come taste of Jamaica's best.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go,
We're still learning from this awesome journey of the Jaja Foundation and what they have gone through so far, as we don't know what else is to come, so we have to say so far. And it's quite a remarkable journey, and there are a lot of lessons to be learned in that regard.
Dervan,
Yes.
if I may speak, there's a certain segment of the Jamaicans diaspora here in New York and New Jersey and beyond, who, when they hear about hurricane relief that Jamaicans need, they're not comfortable just donating their money to the government. That's just a fact of the matter,
Mm-hmm.
They're not just comfortable donating their money to the government. They have very trusting, for whatever reason, of how their funds will be allocated,
Mm-hmm.
So they called upon us to say, if you're willing to do something, Dr. Dixon, we trust you. and that was the spirit in which we did what we did. We knew there were folks, lots of folks who are generous, but they're just very skeptical of how they spend their money. So we were able to tap in on that market, and they supported us very strongly in doing this hurricane relief. I must say that it was truly a hurricane release because I couldn't imagine the folks when I saw the individuals, and we will put out a video of it later, not just to show people's face, but to show the environment and condition that people live in. And we know there's folks in the United States who have probably um, similar conditions here. They exist in every society. Um, but our responsibility, Jamaicans abroad, helping Jamaicans at home. So that's why we knew that if we can help them after a hurricane, because sometimes hurricanes just hit them over to the point where they can't manage anymore. And we know when they go to the supermarket, they will be priced out because things are so expensive. You see the price of tomatoes and all these things. How are these people supposed to go to the supermarket and buy these things? So our hurricane relief came at the right time. We got buckets from Lowe's. People are like, why are you bringing buckets to Jamaica for? Why are you bringing buckets to Jamaica? You're not going to pack more things from the container when I bring them buckets there. And it turns out that bucket is a lifesaver. The bucket allows them to preserve what they have in a sealed container where others, the rodents and other things cannot get to it. So it was timely. Everything in that container was supposed to be in that container. We brought water on that container. We had the water come to Jamaica from.
In our own unique way.
Yeah. I wanted to tell him I didn't bring the water, God brought the water. So it worked out, and I saw when I saw the individuals who were receiving these goods and services, I know there's no way these individuals are going into a supermarket buy anything. It's just not gonna happen. So God does what He wants to do, as we know, So the container serves and it continues to serve. There's tools we try to repair some of these homes. We have so many goods and services to distribute, and we don't have a large constituency of folks who are involved in this volunteerism that we speak about to get these goods and services distributed. So I was finishing getting a lot of these stuff distributed to the poor and the indigent in the Haiti and St. Elizabeth. We go as far as Southfield, and some communities buying vineyards and Hodges land.
Or is it Hodges Pen?
Kind of places, Dervan, and Hodges Pen and Hodges land.
Okay.
There's a place in Top Hill called Foul Coop. I've heard of that place before. In St. Elizabeth, Top Hill. We stopped off at the Salvation Army's headquarters over there in Top Hill, and he introduced us to a place called Foul Coop, and we went to that community and saw some homes that needed some repairs, and we are committed to help them out there too. We have enough supplies, and so if we run out of supplies, we're still going to help them out because we do fundraising, and that's what we're fundraising dollars is supposed to be spent on, and we have no qualms about that. So we're giving thanks to our supporters, our sponsors, and those kind-hearted folks who spread the word. Sometimes, you're in Jamaica there and you can't attend a fundraiser, but if you know somebody in New York, you can say, hey, you know what? The Cheddar Foundation, the Dervan Malcolm Show, and I know that it works. If you're in New Jersey or in the New York area, go to their fundraiser. See what they're about. Support them because they're doing the work in Jamaica. So thank you, Dervan Malcolm, and the team at Power 106. If it wasn't for your medium of helping us to get the word out and showing us what we're doing, who would know? We'd be like a tree that falls in the forest and nobody hears it when it falls. So does it make a noise? Sure it does, but nobody hears it. So you're able to project what we're doing, and we are grateful for that. And that's why you're on the team. You're on Team Judge. Power 106 to recognize for it's part of Team Judge, and we're proud to be associated with your establishment.
That's quite a lot, and the interest hasn't waned at all. People are still tuned in and watching and listening and participating. And I'm just fascinated at the extent of the work and the efficiency with which they have pulled this all together. And they just keep going and going as they're doing right now. But we also want to check in with those impacted by Helene.
Yes, yes.
That's a serious one there, and we
Yes.
want to
So that,
check in to get an update on how they are doing as well. It must have been quite traumatic. You wake up one day and you have not just a house but a home, and then something happens and you wake up homeless. We're going to talk about that. Do our best to make that link a little later on. In the
yes,
mean,
the golf,
yes. Go
golf,
ahead,
the
Dr.
golf
Dixon.
course, the golf course was, as you know, heavily impacted by Hurricane Helene. And it wasn't even that much advertised as how other hurricanes were advertised. I thought it seemed like almost they thought it wouldn't be such a strong hurricane, and last night again, it picked up. It came from a category 2 to category 4 in a matter of hours, and you saw the impact, the flooding, and the wind that has hit Tampa and the surrounding area as the hurricane continues to wreak havoc in its path, everything in its path. So I would pray for those folks down there, and they're going to need hurricane relief for sure down there.
Yes.
For those people who can afford to give, I would encourage them to give to those folks who will need some relief after this very traumatic event that will take probably months and months before they can recover from that. Even here in these United States of America.
Well, you continue to serve, and we appreciate the commitment to playing your part in the best interest of Jamaicans at home and abroad, and friends of Jamaica as well.
Thank you, Dervan, and that's a very important point you made. I was able to go back to Jamaica. I just left Jamaica. Anticipating the container would be there, and I had to go back down 2 weeks later, and it wasn't for those wonderful folks that I work with at Jacoby Medical Center in the Bronx. I'm part of a team of about 25 physicians, and they had to pick up my shifts. They took some of my shifts to make sure that I could go back down there and make sure that these food and supplies were secured and give it to those that really needed it. So, big up to the people at Jacoby Medical Center, the staff, both the nurses, the doctors, everybody there. They're big supporters of the Jolly Foundation at Jacoby Medical Center and Montefiore, who's our neighbors right there. So I want to thank everybody for their support. And November 2nd, I'll be back on your station. I'm trying to push my fundraiser again, November 2nd, 2024, at the Royal Manor in Bluffy, New Jersey. We do what we do. We do fundraising. So when you make a call, we can help.
All right. Well, we certainly look forward to the event, and even in all of this, you'd think that you'd be overwhelmed, but it's like calling for more work, and you're gladly saying yes. Why? Isn't it time to go home now?
Our motto, Dervan, is if I know we, then I who. That's one of our mottos. We have a lot of mottos. If I know we, then I who. And you can translate to those folks who don't understand the part of that means.
Yes, if it's not them, it's you.
And if it's not us, then who?
Well, you're doing what you're doing with a high level of conviviality, and that is quite evident.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, having said that, I think we should leave you to get a break.
Yes, I'm taking my kids to basketball now. The break.
Okay. All right. Take it easy. You too.
Have a good day. I want to say hello to all our friends in the Jamaica diaspora on both sides of the Atlantic. So, have a good day.
Thank
and
you.
We'll continue with the Jamaica diaspora program.
Great.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you very much, Dr. Trevor Dixon, the indefatigable leader of the organization famously named Jaja Foundation, Jamaicans Abroad, helping Jamaicans at home. Coming up on another break here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. And did we welcome Peter Barkley? I think we did. He's tuned in as well. Thank you for listening. There's more after the break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes past 7 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 4:15 a.m. in Anchorage, Alaska.
Today's world is filled with noise and confusion. Yet through it all, you've heard God's voice. You've felt it in your life, at times, deeply. God loves you. God speaks to you in your thoughts, in your heart, and through living prophets. Listen to those living prophets during the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Come, hear the words God has for you.
Live on Power 106 FM on Saturday, October 5 and Sunday, October 6.
Get ready for the Bethel Baptist Healing Center's Mission Day and Community Health Fair this Saturday, September 28, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Bethel Baptist Church, 6 Hope Road, Kingston 10. Services available include health screenings, dental examinations, and cleaning. Come take advantage of booth displays from the National Health Fund, Caramed, Grace Kennedy, and more. And tune in to Power 106 FM for a live outside broadcast from the event. This broadcast is brought to you by the Bethel Baptist Healing Center in association with the Registrar General's Department, Accountant General's Department, Recycling Partners of Jamaica, VTR Engineering Services, LASCO, Jamaica Electrical Technologies, Sagicor, T. Geddes Grant, Bunnies, and others. That's a live broadcast from the Bethel Baptist Healing Center's Mission Day and Community Health Fair this Saturday, September 28th at the Bethel Baptist Church on Hope Road in Kingston, starting at 10 a.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you You need to know. Shine. Anything you want to be. You give me hope. Shine. Oh, shine. Shine like that.
spare a thought for those who have been and are being significantly impacted by Hurricane Helene, which caused dozens of deaths. That's the report that we have seen from HuffPost, the Huffington Post, that Hurricane Helene caused dozens of deaths and billions of dollars of destruction across a wide swathe of the southeastern US as it raced through, and more than 3 million customers went into the weekend without any power, and for some, a continued threat of floods. Helene blew ashore in Florida's Big Bend region as a Category 4 hurricane late Thursday, packing winds of 140 miles or 225 kilometers per hour, and then quickly moved through Georgia, the Carolinas, and Tennessee, uprooting trees, splintering homes, and sending creeks and rivers over their banks and straining dams. Western North Carolina was essentially cut off because of landslides and flooding, and would look forward to speaking with one or two members of the diaspora, the extent to which they have been impacted. Would love to get some feedback on that. But Western North Carolina was essentially cut off. That's the report, cut off because, or cut off because of landslides and flooding that forced the closure of Interstate 40 and other roads. There were hundreds of water rescues, none more dramatic than in rural Unicoi County in East Tennessee, where dozens of patients and staff were plucked by helicopter from the roof of a hospital that was surrounded by water from a flooded river. The storm, now a post-tropical cyclone, was expected to hover over the Tennessee Valley today, Saturday, and Sunday. That's the word from the National Hurricane Center. Several flood and flash flood warnings remained in effect in parts of the southern and central Appalachians, while high wind warnings also covered parts of Tennessee and Ohio. Among the at least 44 people killed in the storm were 3 firefighters, a woman and her 1-month-old twins, and an 89-year-old woman whose house was struck by a falling tree. According to an Associated Press tally, the deaths occurred in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. When the water hit knee level in Kara O'Neill's home in Hudson, Florida, she knew it was time to escape. As the story goes on, there's a moment where you're thinking, she says, if this water rises above the level of the stove, we are not going to have much room to breathe, she said, recalling how she and her sister waded through chest-deep water with one cat in a plastic carrier and another in a cardboard box. In North Carolina, a lake featured in the movie Dirty Dancing overstopped a dam and surrounding neighborhoods were evacuated. Although there were no immediate concerns it would fail. People also were evacuated from Newport, Tennessee, a city of about 7,000 people, and concerns about a dam near there, although officials later said the structure had not failed. Tornadoes hit some areas, including one in Nash County, North Carolina, that critically injured 4 people. Atlanta received a record 11.12 inches. Atlanta received a record 11.12 inches, that's 28.24 centimeters of rain in 48 hours. A record 11.12 inches of rain in 48 hours, the most the city has seen in a 2-day period since record keeping began in 1878. Georgia's Office of the State Climatologist shared that information to the public on the social platform X. Some neighborhoods were so badly flooded that only car roofs could be seen poking above the water. Moody's Analytics said it expects $15 billion to $26 billion in property damage. Climate change has exacerbated conditions that allow such storms to thrive rapidly, intensifying in warming waters and turning into powerful cyclones, sometimes in a matter of hours. So that's an idea, just painting a picture of conditions and conditionalities post Hurricane Helene. We would like to express our support for all those impacted by Hurricane Helene. Florida's Big Bend is a part of the state where salt marshes and pine flatwoods stretch into the horizon, and where the condo developments and strip malls that have carved up so much of the state's coastlines are largely absent. Friday afternoon, Hartway wandered around her street near Easel Beach, searching for where the storm may have deposited her home. Can you imagine that? It's gone. I don't know where it's at. I can't find it, she said of her house. Can you imagine that? You go out on your usual duties, your usual lifestyle, and then you come back and your house is not there. Frightening, isn't it? Really horrifying for others. We go to the phone lines. No, not yet. Okay. Right. So it's horrifying. You leave home to go about your affairs, and you come back, and your house is not there, or thoughts and prayers and empathy overall for those impacted. And we're seeing some horrific pictures as well. But in all of this, we give thanks, and once again we convey our regards to all those impacted by Hurricane Helene. As the report goes, Hurricane Helene leaves dozens dead, millions without power after march across southeast. We hope those impacted will be able to keep dry and are able to take it easy. Let's take a break and come back with more in just a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
7:30 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 3:30 p.m. in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
Come celebrate the rich flavors of Jamaica. Join us at Emancipation Park 10 a.m. this Tuesday, October 1, as the Jamaica Agricultural Commodities Regulatory Authority, JACRA, kicks off International Coffee Day and National Cocoa Day. Come experience for yourself Jamaica's world-renowned premium quality and fine flavors from some of our best chocolatiers and coffee makers. It's free, everyone, so come taste of Jamaica's best. Get ready for the Bethel Baptist Healing Center's Mission Day and Community Health Fair this Saturday, September 28, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Bethel Baptist Church, 6 Hope Road, Kingston 10. Services available include health screenings, dental examinations, and cleaning. Come take advantage of booth displays from the National Health Fund, CARINET, Grace Kennedy, and more. And tune in to Power 106 FM for a live outside broadcast from the event. This broadcast is brought to you by the Bethel Baptist Healing Center in association with the Registrar General's Department, Accountant General's Department, Recycling Partners of Jamaica, VTR Engineering Services, LASCO, Jamaica Electrical Technologies, Sagicor, T. Pettis Grant, Bunnies, and others. That's a live broadcast from the Bethel Baptist Healing Center's Mission Day and Community Health Fair this Saturday, September 28th at the Bethel Baptist Church on Hope Road in Kingston, starting at 10 a.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go, you need to know. Shine. Anything you want to be. You give me hope. Oh, shine. Shine.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. We've been having a difficulty trying to connect with anyone so far. We were trying to make a couple of connections, in particular to Fort Lauderdale in Florida. But if there's anyone out there listening, first of all, we hope you're well, and we pray that you'll continue to stay well, and that you have been able to, in a sense, ride out a bit of the storm, or this storm, to be able to share experiences and information so that we can have an appreciation for the extent of what has happened and its impact on those of us near and far. So we look forward to some assistance where that is concerned, in terms of if you are able to connect with anyone directly impacted or otherwise having to contend with the vagaries of Hurricane Helene, please, you can call the regular phone lines here at Power 106, 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. And if there's anyone in Georgia, and we know there are those in the state of Georgia, southern Georgia to be precise, who would like to share the information with us, we'll be happy to receive the information. So just to repeat the information with respect to the impact and the effect of Hurricane Helene. Hurricane Helene crashed into Florida's sparsely populated Big Bend region, bringing a storm surge and high winds across the state's Gulf Coast communities before ripping into southern Georgia. Ultimately, we expect to find more people of Jamaican heritage in that region, in those regions. And we would love to connect with the consulate to see if we can get a bit of update on the impact on the communities in which they live. So in terms of the information, the news aspect of this data, it's reported that Hurricane Helene crashed into Florida's sparsely populated Big Bend region, bringing storm surge and high winds across the state's Gulf Coast communities before ripping into southern Georgia. The storm has been blamed for at least 40 deaths, according to an Associated Press tally. So where is the storm now is the question. Hurricane Helene weakened to a tropical depression over the Carolinas with maximum sustained winds of 30 miles or 48 kilometers per hour by early afternoon Friday. That's what the National Hurricane Center reported. The storm will continue to weaken as it continues to move north. At 2 o'clock this afternoon, Helene was, 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, Helene was centered about 125 miles or 205 kilometers southeast of Louisville, Kentucky. Helene wobbled as it approached Florida's coast late Thursday before making landfall near the mouth of the Osceola River with maximum sustained winds estimated at 140 miles per hour or 225 kilometers per hour. That location was only about 20 miles or 32 kilometers northwest of where Hurricane Idalia came ashore last year at nearly the same speed, same ferocity, same fierceness, and caused widespread damage. Evacuations were underway yesterday in areas of western North Carolina. The Haywood County Sheriff's Office, west of Asheville, said it was helping with evacuations in Crusoe, Clyde, Canton, and lower-lying parts of Waynesville. So we are just doing what we can from where we are. Because we know what the community is like. It's quite a mix. And there are those who want to get out, want to leave there insofar as that is possible. We gather some 175 flights were cancelled and more than 500 were delayed. In terms of roads and bridges, on Friday morning, inspectors were out examining bridges and causeways along Florida's Gulf Coast to get them back open to traffic quickly. In addition, 2,000 miles or 3,200 kilometers of roadway across Florida have been cleared of debris, and some of the causeways were underwater, so they've had to do some inspection and make sure they're safe to pass. How many people are without power? Up to 2:30 yesterday afternoon, the figure we got was 4.2 million. 4.2 million people across Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Tennessee were without power. And according to poweroutage.us, Most of the outages were in North Carolina and South Carolina, each with more than 1 million outages. Florida had more than 840,000 customers, and Georgia nearly 950,000 customers without power. Almost 45% of homes and businesses in South Carolina were without power Friday. Whole counties were without electricity as winds gusted to near hurricane force. Trees or other debris blocked every major road leading into Greenwood, a city of about 22,000 people, about 65 miles or 105 kilometers west of Columbia, Greenwood County officials said on social media. So crews of linemen were stationed across the region, ready to begin the process of restoring power as soon as the winds from Helene died down. And someone is oh, what about storm surge? All right, let's take this break and come back with more. We recognize that we have Jamaicans at home and abroad and elsewhere. And so we just want to play our little part in transmitting whatever information we're able to that can make a connection or make a difference. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes to 8 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 5:45 a.m. in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Today's world is filled with noise and confusion. Yet through it all, you've heard God's voice. You've felt it in your life, at times, deeply. God loves you. God speaks to you in your thoughts, in your heart, and through living prophets. Listen to those living prophets during the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Come, hear the words God has for you.
Live on Power 106 FM on Saturday, October 5 and Sunday, October 6.
Get ready for the Bethel Baptist Healing Center's Mission Day and Community Health Fair this Saturday, September 28, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Bethel Baptist Church, 6 Hope Road, Kingston 10. Services available include health screenings, dental examinations, and cleaning. Come take advantage of booth displays from the National Health Fund, Caramet, Grace Kennedy, and more. And tune in to Power 106 FM for a live outside broadcast from the event. This broadcast is brought to you by the Bethel Baptist Healing Center in association with the Registrar General's Department, Accountant General's Department, Recycling Partners of Jamaica, VTR Engineering Services, LASCO, Jamaica Electrical Technologies, Sagicor, T. Geddes Grant, Bunnies, and others. That's a live broadcast from the Bethel Baptist
Mr. Lewis, how are you?
Mission Day and Community Health Fair. This
I
Saturday,
am
September
fine,
28th
thanks.
At the Bethel Baptist Church on
Just
Hope Road,
checking
Kingston,
in.
starting at 10 a.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
How's the family? How are the conditions where you are?
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges,
Oh,
you never give up on us. Our sincere
okay.
thanks.
Maybe we'd have to ask someone in another section of. Oh, okay. Okay. Mm. Tampa. Mm. Okay. Okay, I'd appreciate that. Thanks. Good.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go, shine. You need to know. Shine. Anything you want to be.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls if you're out there and would like to share or to check on any matter that might, one way or another, have implications. Please feel free to share. So we continue with more on the Jamaican diaspora, calling those, I'm told it's on the other side of where you are in the Tampa area. That's where the impact manifested itself, and adjoining areas also affected. Naturally, that's the nature of the setup there. So, in terms of the latest figures and data information, Hurricane Helene, 44, sadly, 44 people across the South died. Our condolences. And millions still without power. And they published 14 minutes ago, remnants of Hurricane Helene move over Appalachia. So that's the extent of the information we've been able to garner, but again, it happened. The system basically impacted the area, the Tampa region, and the other areas transcend different states as well. So it was a massive hurricane and brought storm surge and high winds across the state's Gulf Coast communities before ripping into southern Georgia. We're trying to make a connection with a Jamaican in Tampa, Florida, trying to make that connection. We're still working on it as we continue with more here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. I'm seeing and this looks like another story right now, seeing the image of a Jamaican entertainer. I'm not sure, I haven't been able to pick up the essence of this story. Not sure what we missed. Not sure. So we have to be so careful. I see people posting information and pictures. You have to be careful, but because the data is saying something else. We'll leave that there. As we continue with the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, and trying to make a connection with a fellow Jamaican in Tampa, Florida. But let's see. Still looking out for that information to make that connection. In the meantime, though, we want to continue to follow this story and get an idea of the overall impact. Somebody wants to hear about the airports. Airports in Florida that closed due to Hurricane Helene were reported reopened Friday. That included airports in Tampa, St. Petersburg, Lakeland, and Tallahassee. A Tampa International Airport the Tampa International Airport there, the report is that there had been 130 flight cancellations in the past 24 hours as of Friday afternoon. Airports in Atlanta and Charlotte, North Carolina. One moment, please.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go, you need to know.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's
Listening to Borough 106 FM. The time is now
8 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Kyiv, Ukraine.
Polytechnic College is pleased to announce an exciting opportunity for the 2024-25 academic year. Now offering free boarding to 25 students who meet the matriculation requirements of 5 CSEC subjects, including mathematics and English A for the associate degree programs, general agriculture.
Once again, we commiserate with those negatively impacted by Hurricane Helene. And in the meantime, we're grateful for an opportunity to hear from a fellow Jamaican who is in that general region that has been impacted significantly. And we're talking about George McNamee. Good morning, Mr. McNamee. How are you? Good. Let me just make sure. Okay. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for connecting with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. And we want to, first of all, get an idea of your location.
Tampa, Florida.
Mhm. And how would you describe all that you have witnessed and experienced within the last 24 to 48 hours.
Very scary.
How so?
This one was a very big one. It did a lot of damage, a lot of flooding. Um, the wind, just like the wind was so powerful that you just don't even want to look through the window.
And what was the most terrifying part of the experience, if you wish to relive it?
The tree falling on my roof. My fruit trees blowing all over the place.
Yes. So, can you give us a sort of a timeline as you go along in terms of from one stage to another? What was that like?
Okay, well, it started off pretty calm, you know. It did not look like it was going to be that bad. And out of the blue, it just turned vicious and everything going haywire. You know, it was terrible. Cars, those electric cars in the garage, a few people that I knew the house got just burned down by the car, catch a fire from the water, build up in the garage.
Yes. What was the? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I was gonna ask what kind of responses did your eyes behold in terms of as it was all unfolding?
Well, be honest about it, I try to stay inside, and focus on the television. But just peeping through my window, I could see a lot of trees just blown down, light pole going down. Objects flying all over the place. But the most terrifying part about was the water. The water comes in real quick. The water comes in real quick. Yes, you wouldn't imagine that short time that so many water just start to pour all over the place, run all over the place, and overflowing everything.
Oh no! Well, how were you able to respond to that situation?
Well, you have no control over it. You just have to sit back and wait. See what happened and just pray that you don't, do that much damage to your property or your home. I live on a little rise, so it didn't really affect me bad, but I know people down on the flat there's water almost to the doorknob and the front door where that's
what
5 feet up.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe around like some areas like 4 feet of water by the door. Although we use sandbags to, all around the place, it still did not help.
What is the frequency with which you have seen or experienced storms like Hurricane Helene?
Well, this one we experience in our area. We go through this every year, but this one, This lady was a very bad one. This lady's a Jezebel. Yeah, this one was real bad. You know, when it hit landfall, it was number 4.
Mhm.
And that was very, very heavy.
Yes. So how did the members of the emergency organization within that area, how have they responded?
Oh, they're great. They're great. You know, it's just there's a timeline when they cut off. They're not going to respond to no 911 call no more because they would put themselves in danger too.
Okay.
But you know, there's time when they cut off. But they're great. They respond great. They prepare themselves for something like this. So it was no problem. Like, you know, the person who really did not get the help what they needed, the people who did not follow instruction and went to evacuate the area, they still sit there and wait. And then, you know, when they get to the point where they need someone to come and help them, they're not going to, you know, no one would go over to help them because they can't get to their houses or nothing like that without that water.
Mm. And speaking of water, what was that like in terms of the water intake?
Well, you know, it's like an ocean, man. You'll see people outside there on their boat paddling down the street, you know, and it take a while to receipt, you know.
Mm-hmm. And on the normal, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And I say all those backholes in the road that's overflowing, that's bubble up like boiling water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this was a rough one.
Yeah, I've been through a lot. This one is, you don't want to experience it no more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now, for you now, what is your, how do you move on now? When I say move on, not in the strictest sense, but in terms of what do you plan to do going forward now? It's just waiting it out a bit in terms of some of the other features of these systems. But it's over now. Mm.
Well, I have to pick up the pieces and start to do or repair what damage get, repair the damages and, move on from there. Like me, I had, I'm blessed in some ways too, because I could be worse.
Mm-hmm. How so?
But, yeah, it could be worse. I've known people who all they see now is the foundation, everything washed away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that must have been quite horrifying. You leave your home to go about your business, and you come back, and there is not even a structure.
Yeah, it's a lot of manufactured home around, so those are the ones that really not around anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But those concrete built houses, they damage is not really bad that they cannot do repairs and get themselves back together.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so they are repairable.
Some are, not all. Well, the money you're going to take to repair the mix until it's rebuilt anyway.
Oh, really?
talking about damage where your furniture, you'll have to replace the furniture, number one. By water damage, your floors, most floors is board floors, no tile floors, so you have to replace that. Doors knocked out, walls.
What are
Standing no more.
what are the building standards like?
Well, it's not like Jamaica. Jamaica houses built solid as a rock. Over here, these houses over here, the it will just fall down. These modern home on the building now. So this hurricane that passed by did not help them. And they could not sustain the wind that coming through.
Okay. So, any talk yet of the learning that has been experienced? Any talk yet of that going forward and learning from these hurricanes?
Yeah, well, each hurricane you learn a lot and you try to make improvements. So if the next one come around, it will not affect you that bad.
Sorry, just a moment. We just need to take a break. One moment, please. Listeners, we're speaking with Mr. George McNamee in Tampa, Florida. He's been sharing his experience with Hurricane Helene. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes past 8 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it is 9:15 a.m. in Tampa, Florida.
Today's world is filled with noise and confusion. Yet through it all, you've heard God's voice. You felt it in your life, at times, deeply. God loves you. God speaks to you in your thoughts, in your heart, and through living prophets. Listen to those living prophets during the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Come, hear the words God has for you.
Live on Power 106 FM on Saturday, October 5 and Sunday, October 6.
Get ready for the Bethel Baptist Healing Center's Mission Day and Community Health Fair this Saturday, September 28, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Bethel Baptist Church, 6 Hope Road, Kingston 10. Services available include health screenings, dental examinations, and cleaning. Come take advantage of booth displays from the National Health Fund, Caravan, Grace Kennedy, and more. And tune in to Power 106 FM for a live outside broadcast from the event. This broadcast is brought to you by the Bethel Baptist Healing Center in association with the Registrar General's Department, Accountant General's Department, Recycling Partners of Jamaica, VTR Engineering Services, LASCO, Jamaica Electrical Technologies, Sagicor, T. Dennis Grant, Bunnies, and others. That's a live broadcast from the Bethel Baptist Healing Center's Mission Day and Community Health Fair this Saturday, September 28th at the Bethel Baptist Church on Hope Road in Kingston, starting at 10 a.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, The Jamaican Diaspora, live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and online with us from Tampa in Florida is Mr. George McNamee. Thank you very much for joining us once again, Mr. McNamee. Hello? Yes, we're just thanking you coming back from the break.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yes. So in terms of the building standards, What is that like? And I'm repeating the question for emphasis.
Building. You're talking about my building or building in period or all over the area?
A combination in terms of what a general sense of what the standards are and the extent to which there are any plans to make any changes or adjustments in light of what we have seen and others have experienced. Go ahead, sorry.
Well, the construction of houses over here is totally different. You cannot do your building like what we build in Jamaica. It's over here. You will put a house up in 6 months, and you start to cut your grass in 6 months, 2 weeks time. That's how quick they build a house over here. They don't have that concrete structure like Jamaica where you fill those holes with concrete and steel and everything. Let's put them together and keep going. So if you were doing that, live in a house that is like older house, like maybe 20 years old, and you get a house in the 20, your house 20 years old is stronger. It will take all those wind and stuff like those. But these houses that built 10, 15 years ago, it can't sustain it. It will just destroy it. It's fall apart.
And are there particular lessons that you have learned in terms of operating in that kind of space?
Yeah, I learned that, you live and you want to own your own home. You don't look for the beauty design of the home. Let's look for the solid structure, where, if the hurricane comes through, you're not going to get no damage. So you need to go and try to find a house that is built maybe 30 years ago, 35 years ago. Those are the homes that really built solid.
Mm-hmm.
Where you don't have to worry about this kind of problem anymore.
Yes. What about the terrain in terms of the soil and other elements which can contribute to the stability or lack thereof?
Yeah, it's, Florida is very flat, so we don't have no hills for no landslide or nothing like that. And the terrain is solid.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's terrain great. It's just the building is the problem. Mm-hmm. They cannot sustain no powerful wind coming through. And if a storm or hurricane come through, there's a possibility you're going to get a lot of damage.
How so?
Because by the way they build the houses, by how the houses are built.
Okay.
Strong enough to sustain all those 104 miles an hour winds.
Mm-hmm. Well, you believe you are more likely to overcome those conditionalities and still get on with your life.
Oh yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. It's a thing that it's coming every year. You prepare for it. Every year you're going to go through this. It may come straight to you, it may come close by, but if you get a direct hit, okay, you're going to get a lot of damage, and it don't have to come directly at you. several hundred miles away, you're still going to feel the effect anywhere. You know, you're going to probably get damaged.
What's the general attitude towards preparedness and storms in your area?
Well, the attitude are positive because, you know, we've been told or informed way before all this storm formed that we need to prepare ourselves on what we need to get from, you know, the store to survive if anything goes on wrong. So yeah, everybody prepare for it. Those, if you don't want to follow the direction what's given to you by the government, well, you know, that's you just have to ride the storm and pray that you may live to see the next day. But if you follow the information what is out there that they give to you and the direction for you to follow, you'll be okay.
Okay. So it's pretty much routine now in terms of how you get around in that potentially stormy environment.
Right, yeah, because we go by zone. We do zone over here to evacuate. So the government will tell you, they know how powerful the storm is and what kind of effect it will have on you. So they will let you know you need to leave your home right away, or you need to leave your home the next 24 hours. You know, yeah, you go by zone A, B, C, and stuff like those. You get good amount of time to get away, so you don't get hurt. Your house may be damaged, but you will be safe.
And it's a case of just leaving everything where it is. If you have to leave, if you have to evacuate.
Well, you have a list of stuff that you need to, your medication, certain important papers, you want to keep those in your car and get out of that. Just leave your car and leave everything there at home, furniture, everything.
And what's the kind of response towards when it comes on to insurance and related matters after a storm?
Well, it all depends on which insurance you have. You have many insurance, so you know, some will give you some problem, some will drop you, you know, and this area is not a lot of insurance want to pick up you as a client because they know that what's coming next year. So, but if you insured the one who will insure you, you have no problem getting everything okay after everything quiet now. They will work with you.
Okay.
But there is a lot of insurance will not insure you. They will drop you. Although they have you, they will drop you. You know, there's a lot of people have a lot of problems getting the right insurance now to cover the property because no one wants to do that because they know they live in a zone where hurricane will come through at every year at any time.
Okay. So you really need to know in terms of to be informed, to be able to navigate your way in and out of that environment. And who ensures that those in the field of insurance play by the rule?
Well, really, you know, my insurance, there's no problem where they're concerned, but I really I don't know so much about the rest because they have so many insurance all over the place. So I really don't know much about the rest of them, but I know I have no problem. I already contact them. They'll be over here Monday morning.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, you took a break.
Yeah, I answered the question about the insurance thing there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't really want to go too deep into the insurance.
I understand.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, do you operate out of Tampa in terms of where you call home, or do you straddle both areas, meaning you have one foot on Jamaica, so to speak, and the other on Tampa, Florida?
No, I'm home in Tampa right now.
Okay.
I've been away from Jamaica for a long period of time now. But home is Tampa right now. Later on down the line, it will be Jamaica next.
All right. Well, hold the line. We need to take a break, another break. So we're going to take that break and come back in just a moment. Wait, go ahead, please.
Help us protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs controlled areas. Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
8:30 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 1:30 p.m. in Bamako, Mali.
Today's world is filled with noise and confusion, yet through it all, you've heard God's voice. You've felt it in your life, at times deeply. God loves you. God speaks to you in your thoughts, in your heart, and through living prophets. Listen to those living prophets during the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Come and hear the words God has for you.
live on Power 106 FM on Saturday, October 5 and Sunday, October 6. Parents, improve your child's performance with the Children's Zone, a treasure chest of learning and fun, all in one place. Captivating stories, friendly puzzles, amazing discoveries in every subject area, and developmental activities. Each issue of the Children's Zone is the door to endless learning and fun. Anything you want to be.
Thanks a lot for staying with us on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and if he doesn't mind, we are curious to learn more, if he's able to tell us, in as far as he's able to tell us, to learn more about George McNamee, who has been gracious enough to share his knowledge and experience with us post Hurricane Helene. So, where in general terms, I don't want to blow your cover in a sense, in a manner of speaking, but but in general terms.
You're talking where in Jamaica I'm from?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm a country boy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Manchester, Christian.
Christiana?
Yeah.
All right. That's interesting because Mr. Dr. Trevor Dixon, who the volunteer with Jaja Foundation, founder of Jaja Foundation, he's from that area. Yes. Okay. So does the temperature get any cooler during the winter as far as Tampa is concerned?
No, Tampa is just like Jamaica. That's why I'm living here in Tampa. I used to live in up north in the cold where the snow and everything. And I migrate to Florida and Tampa because of the weather. It's just like most like Jamaica. Just sometimes in the winter, maybe around 4 or 5 days or 6, maybe about a week of cold weather where you might have to use your heat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but away from that is a short t-shirt and Flanders weather.
Okay.
Where you can outside in January, December, and fire up your body, you could grill and jerk some pork, jerk some chicken.
Yes, I'm hungry already.
Yeah.
I see. And what about your choice? How did you come to be living in Tampa, Florida?
Well, I migrated to Jamaica at a young age. From Jamaica, from a young age, my parents been living in England and the United States for a long time. So while I was in Jamaica going to school, my parents was overseas. So I didn't have a choice but to come to America. I decided I chose America, so I've been living here for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
At a young age, I'm a young man.
What are the similarities and the differences between Jamaica and Tampa?
The similarity is just the weather.
Okay.
But everything else is different. As we know, it's just the weather is just like Jamaica, but lifestyle and everything are different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would you say it's family friendly?
No.
Uh-oh.
No. Over here, you mind your own business. You don't worry about your next door neighbor or it's hard to explain.
Go about your
business. It's not like in Jamaica, you can go to your neighbors and sit down and talk.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, you only see your neighbors maybe once a week, and when you see them, you just pass by them like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
No acknowledgement or nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, you stay in your lane and they stay in the lane.
Mm-hmm. That's a little cold.
Yeah, it is. It's not like Jamaica where you're so friendly. You could have your friends over on a regular basis. Over here, friends don't come to your house unless they call you. They're coming over. They can't come and ring your doorbell.
Oh, there are restrictions. Okay.
Yeah, not restriction, but that's just the life. You don't ring nobody's doorbell over here without to let them know you're coming over. Because they may not want to have no company.
Mm-hmm.
They may not want to be bothered with nobody at that time.
Yes. So, what are the implications for certain instances? I'll tell you what I'm searching for. If you have that cold disposition, then what happens in the event of an emergency? You forget that, or you maintain?
Well, emergency, you call 911. That's what you depend on.
Oh.
Yeah, 911. If you can move around that you don't need no assistance, that's fine. But if you need assistance, you call 911. They'll be there for you.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that people from time to time I hear talking about, the difference between Jamaica and elsewhere is, whether you get the kind of response that you need, kind of feedback.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, the response. Yeah, your next door neighbor may die and you don't even know about it until maybe 3-4 months after he or she died.
What?
That's how life is. Yeah, that's how life is. Unless somebody told you,
Mhm.
but you may then not seen the person around and you just inquire what happened and then, or he passes, or she passes.
Mhm. Okay. I see. Right.
No
So
night, where you call us when you're dead over here. They call
set
it
up
night.
or set up.
Set up. No, hell no. Ain't no night, no
Mm.
set up. All the people go to your house is like a close family,
Mhm.
and that's it.
Yeah. So what happens in at around Christmas time then? Is that's what determines whether or not the Grinch is invited.
Christmas is just the next day. It's only one day.
Okay.
Christmas is one day. That's the 25th. You may have dinner, exchange present if you chose to do that. If not, it's just the next day.
Mhm.
Get up and go about your business and take care of your business, and it don't even look like Christmas. Yeah, you have Christmas tree in your house, and you have all those stuff, lights around your house, but the atmosphere is not where Christmas is concerned.
Yes. Yeah, you just do what you have to do and get on with it.
Yeah, that's do what it's just the next day, man. By 4 o'clock, everything over with. You're just gone back to your normal life again.
Mm. Yes. And what's the prevalence of Jamaicans in that area? Is it that noticeable or negligible?
No, it's noticeable.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not noticeable. But you just said you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do, right?
Right. Understood. Mhm. So have you shaken the dust off your feet as far as Jamaica is concerned?
No, you can never do that. Once you're Jamaican for life.
That's right.
Yeah, I can't do that, man. I'm a born Jamaican. I died Jamaican. I live Jamaican. In my mind is Jamaican every day. I'm just living in a different country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like the way you said that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, when last were you back home?
I was in Jamaica, I think, last April or the April before last, I think it was.
Okay. So, are you one of those Jamaicans who always try to make it back to Jamaica at least once a year?
No, be honest, I would love to, but I try not to.
Okay.
I just have to be honest with you about it. I love to be in Jamaica. I love everything about Jamaica. But when I come to Jamaica, it's hard to just to start to adjust again to the lifestyle out there. Because, there's, how to say it, Jamaica is just so beautiful, but it's hard. I feel bad for the people living out there who's suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Like to see that. So when I come to Jamaica, the first week, 7 days, I'm all excited and happy, and after a while I get really depressed. I just want to come back because I just hate to see what I'm seeing on an everyday basis. Every day is the same thing, nothing changed.
Mm-hmm.
They're not seeing the same suffering going on. And I hate that. I just can't handle it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then now, in terms of Where are you at home right now
I'm
to
sitting on I'm sitting on my patio right now, outside, chilling out. Yeah.
yes, what are you seeing? What are you feeling? Feeling at home?
Yeah. After all these years, I have no other choice but to feel at home.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel at home. You know. But in the same token, I wish like a day like this I was in Jamaica because I know I miss my Jamaican food.
Mhm.
I miss some
Yeah.
eating of Jamaican good food and good breakfasts and stuff like those.
But you don't have a problem finding certain foods for for regular breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Jamaica wide, yes. You don't really normally can just go to the store and pick up Jamaican items that easy. Not in my area where I live at. I live in Tampa, so I'm quite sure like in Miami area that's closer to Jamaica, you probably it is not like this up here down there. But up here in Tampa Bay area, you really cannot go and find a lot of Jamaican goods, like a good Jamaican banana, yellow yam. As a matter of fact, last week I went to a store and I run into some breadfruit. And I bought myself 6 breadfruit. And it's just for me alone. So let me tell you how excited I was when I saw them. Come back home and put them on the grill and roast them up.
Aye.
Now I don't have no ackee. I have to get the ackee in the can.
Mm-hmm. So you have it all worked out.
Yeah, you have to work it out, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see a lot of feedback coming through. Janice Liddell says, "Good morning. Can you please say happy birthday to Alan Alberga? We just completed our little stint with Hurricane Helene, and it seemed touch and go for a while. So very much rain, but ultimately we fared well. No real physical or property damage," says Janice Liddell. She is actually in Atlanta. She says, hailing from Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And
yeah, that hurricane just passed through Atlanta, I think was yesterday.
Right. And another one of our listeners, Errol Curtis, says, "Good morning, Sir Dervan, and all your listeners worldwide. Sending birthday greetings to my friend Hopeton Phillips, aka Soso, and his mom, Miss Joyce of Colgate, St. Anne. Greetings from Errol and Tambra Curtis of Maryland, USA. Enjoy your day." Albert in Coconut Creek, Florida says, "Dervan, 2 of my neighbors died. Uh-oh. One recently, and I had no clue. Found out weeks after." So that's one of the, yeah, as you were talking about.
Caleb Albert, one of my good friends.
Yes, man. He's a good man. Good man.
Yeah, real good people. Real good people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Right. So the getting items, Jamaican items, is not as easy, or is it?
No, it's not easy. Not in my area. And I'm quite sure in other areas much more easier. But in my area, it's not easy in my area to get, the items from Jamaica which you crave for.
Mm-hmm. I think that's maybe one of the reasons why a Jamaican created a couple of services where you can place your order and it is delivered to your door if whether you're in Jamaica or outside of Jamaica. So they've been trying a lot of that. A lot of that. So, but in terms of attractions in that Tampa area, uh, is that a playground or a?
It's a playground, too much.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of attractions.
Yes. I can just imagine. Yeah. So now, in terms of reaching out to family and or friends, when does that happen?
Well, all my friends are my schoolmates from what you call the Jamaica use a word for them, short pants, khaki pants days, when going to primary school and whatever school you go to. So all my friends are still my friends from those age group, that I attend school with from primary to secondary to high school, and before you migrate, then you migrate to America. But they're all my friends. I have friends for oh God, they went from A class to grade 1 to grade. They're still my friends. I don't give up on my friends like those. They're always in my pocket. we keep in touch. And it's a good feeling. Yeah, it's a good feeling. Like Alfred Lois, and all those guys, we know each other from going to school in Jamaica at a young age. And we may not see each other often, but we're still friends.
Should I take it that you have maybe hosted one or two reunions?
No, one. As far as I'm concerned, only one.
Okay.
And it was organized, and I don't know what happened. We all met in Jamaica, and it was a good time. And I don't know what happened. It just faded out. Yeah, but it would be nice for that to happen.
Yeah, I see Albert is saying, in Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, you miss nothing from home. Also, there's Jerk Hot Restaurant owner from Christiana area also.
Yeah, Andrew. Yeah, down by Alfred area, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. You don't miss nothing from home. Abundantly down there, a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Do you plant things in your backyard?
Yeah, man. I'm a farmer.
Okay.
I'm sitting on my patio looking in the backyard right now. Let me tell you what I had in my backyard right now. I got sugar cane.
What?
I got callaloo. I got pumpkin. I got gungo tree.
Yes.
I got pear tree. I got mango tree. I got moringa tree. Fever grass. Yeah. Pineapple. Yeah.
Yes. That sounds like a big farm.
Yeah, you have to do that if you want to eat the right way.
And how do the seasons do? When how are things usually from season to season?
Well, they just have to keep your fingers crossed, because what happens, they have so many animals over here with your food, the fruits before you pick them. Like, what you call this thing? They got raccoon.
Oh.
They got a lot of raccoon, and you have this other one that run around and eat up your avocado, your pear. I forget what they call it. The thing look like a rat, but it's not. It looks like a little rabbit. I forget the name of it. So, sometimes you may see a tree loaded and all of a sudden everything disappear off it. They go there and eat it all up.
What?
Yeah, like example, my sorrel. I stopped planting my sorrel because I planted for the I'm trying to remember this animal name here. They just climb the tree when they know when it's ready to pick, and just climb it and pick it before you.
Oh. So you have to.
Yeah, squirrel. Yeah, they have a lot of squirrel that really, they're really smart. They will get the fruit before you. So you have to. Yeah, they're really smart. I think I see where Alfred was saying one time his ackee tree, they eat all of his ackee off the tree.
Oh, dear, really?
Yeah.
Those squirrels don't joke.
No, they're real serious stuff there. They will just sit there eating and looking at you like, hey, come and try catch me. You know, just playing with you.
What a thing. What a thing. Well, Albert says Garth Dervan broadcasted from the reunion summer 2013.
Right.
And he says, squirrels, I'm having the same problem with them, says Albert.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is your wish for Jamaica now? Your one wish going into the Yuletide season?
You know, wow, I don't know. I just want things to be better for my people down there. And I want them to all this killing need to stop. More work for the people so they can live a better life. And I'm not going into elections, because I don't want to go inside there because I don't think these parties doing nothing but that. No matter who up there now, the Labor Right, PNP, they things that's the same and nothing changed. Let's hope and pray that for the sake of my people down there who's suffering, who can't buy a loaf of bread, things may just turn for them that they can. That's what hurtful. It really hurts me just to go down there. I can afford what I want and see those people down there struggling to buy a loaf of bread, buy a pound, buy a chicken. God, it's hard. I just want things to be different for them so they can live a better life. And I tell you, sometimes you're in Jamaica, man, and you look on those people down there, on the forehead you say H-A-R-D.
Hard.
Yeah, hard, man. And the H-A-R-D. I mean, a motherfucker not putting up people I go to school with. Sometimes I pass them on the road and don't recognize them. And it's not because age changed people, but it's that the hard time they're going through. Everything and them change. You can't, figure. You see them and you pass them and you feel bad because they may think like, okay, he act like he don't know. I just can't recognize it, man. There's something about it that's different. And that's the hard life, what they're going through.
Yeah.
I hope they will. I don't know. Hopefully things will change for them.
But the other thing is, as you mentioned it a short while ago, there's a sense that when you are in Jamaica, you try to avoid politics and curse politics and politicians. When you're outside of Jamaica, you get involved
Yeah, because I criticize a lot of people when they try. Jamaican people take politics too serious.
Yes.
What they need to do is just loosen up, man, and because if you are PNP and PNP doing good, you're happy. But if Labour right doing good, be happy for them too. Although you're PNP. But PNP don't like Labour right. Labour right don't like PNP. No matter how good that person doing, and they just take it too serious, and they need to let that go.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of letting go, I wish I could stay longer, but I'm gonna have to wrap. We're gonna have to wrap in a minute. But we thank you very much, Mr. McNamee. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for spending some time on the Jamaican diaspora live online. We'd like to thank our team. Thank you very much, Davin Thomas. Thank you, Celise Pinnock. Who are we forgetting? Thank you to Jesse Blake. And thanks to all our guests, our participants, all those who have listened and have been messaging us, etc. Thank you very much, everybody, at home and abroad. Thank you very much once again, George McNamee. Thank you, Albert Lewis. Thank you very much all once again. Thanks, everybody. All things being well, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online returns next Saturday. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm saying stay tuned. Who knows? We might be back on with a quick broadcast, and then that will be it for the day. But for now, ciao. Take care.
Thank you for joining the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online with Dervan Malcolm, only on Power 106 FM.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now 9 o'clock.
Get ready for the Bethel Baptist Healing Center's Mission Day and Community Health Fair this Saturday, September 28, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Bethel Baptist Church, 6 Hope Road, Kingston 10. Services available include health screenings, dental examinations, and cleaning. Come take advantage of booth displays from the National Health Fund, Caravan, Grace Kennedy, and more. And tune in to Power 106 FM for a live outside broadcast from the event. This broadcast is brought to you by the Bethel Baptist Healing Center in association with the Registrar General's Department, Accountant General's Department, Recycling Partners of Jamaica, VTR Engineering Services, Glasgow, Jamaica Electrical Technologies, Sagipur, T.